D-line, homie, get your hands up. Wanna know who the best? Yes, we the answer. Number one ranking, top of the food chain. Better fall back, boy, we hotter than the blue flame. It's your boy O, flow straight psycho. You don't want a problem.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the D-Line Show. I'm your host, Black Ice, and he is
Body Snatcher.
And together we are D-Line, your ECWA Tag Team Champions. We're joined today by the one and only, the man who doesn't need any kind of introduction, Mr. Clean himself, the Flyin Hawaiian, Kekoa.
Thank you, gentlemen, for having me. Mahalo. Thanks for making Mahalo.
Thank you for coming on our show, man. Really appreciate it.
No problem.
You've done it all. You've been here for a while. You won title after title. I mean, you've been in big match after big match. What's next for you here at ECWA?
Well, I mean, tonight I have the Greek god Papadon that I'm going to be facing for his heavyweight title. So hopefully, if the next step is what I'm hoping for, I would love to finally complete the Grand Slam reign and finally take the heavyweight title. I mean, I've been here for a couple years, like you said. So, I mean, that's really the only thing that I have left here. Oh, and the Super 8 tournament, of course.
Of course.
But I have to be in it in order to win it, so maybe next year.
Pretty sure you'll get there. How long have you been in this business, and who are you trained by?
I have been wrestling now for 7 years. Actually, this month? This month it's been 7 years.
Okay.
And I was trained by a couple guys. One is the Benchmark Bill Daly, another guy by Mike Mongoose, and another guy by the name of Buzz Bentley at Lehigh Valley Wrestling Training Academy in Allentown, Pennsylvania. But they're no longer running anymore. No, so don't even bother looking them up.
No need to.
No need to. Google search. What did you mean?
Did you mean such and such?
Exactly.
That didn't work.
The night that we won the titles was unbelievable for us. A very emotional night.
Oh yeah, definitely. Congratulations, man.
Thank you. We really appreciate that. That was a big step in our career.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a night that we will never forget. It's also a night that we will never forget, like I said before, because you were going against your best friend, Aiden Chambers. And that match was amazing. I mean, you guys blew the roof off the place.
Thank you.
What was that like, going against your best friend, knowing that would be his last match?
I mean, going into it, before we even got to the date, it was more or less like, is this really happening? Like, I mean, you know, he's a young guy, and it was just unfortunate that certain circumstances came up in his life, and you know, he had to call it quits early. So before the match actually happened, it was more or less just surreal. It didn't seem like this was it.
Right.
But then during the match, you know, you kind of lose track. In the beginning of the match, I kind of lost track of, yeah, this is it for him. And it started getting into just having fun and, you know, just entertaining everybody. I mean, you guys saw how crazy the crowd was going that night. And then obviously by the end of it, you saw the battles that I was going on in my head, that I had to end it and I had to put them out.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was emotional for me, but I had to do what I had to do.
I mean, for me personally, you know, it was a buzz online the next day after that show. And a lot of people said match of the night. I go as far as to say that was match of the year, because looking at it on the monitor in the back and then with us coming out, it was even better in person. And I have to give it up to you guys. You guys put on an awesome show.
Thank you very much.
It was awesome, bro.
Thank
like
you.
I said, I think that was match of the year, seriously.
One of the fans actually had messaged me on Facebook the next day, who had been coming here for, I think, over 14 years that he's been coming here, and he said that that was the best match that he's seen in the 14 years, right next to, I believe it was AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels.
And that was a pretty good man to be compared to.
Yeah, that's a huge honor.
Wow.
That's a huge honor.
That's pretty big.
So yeah, I was very, very fortunate that the night just went very, very well.
You know, what I like and I respect a lot about is, first of all, you come to all the shows, ladies and gentlemen, he comes to all the shows, always dressed, professional, always, at all times. I mean, this is not just a one-time thing, this is all the time. But also, with a resume like yours, you're so humble. And a lot of people come to us and say, guys, you know, you're so humble and things like that, because we don't forget where we came from.
Exactly.
But you are extremely humble. You know, you don't talk about yourself. You're not cocky. You're always there, giving back to others.
Thank you.
And that's what we notice about you. And we think that you're one of the down-to-earth guys that we came across.
Thank you very much. I can't thank you guys enough for that. I mean, that's one of the biggest compliments that I can get, you know, especially coming from coworkers, you know, more so to speak, because, you know, it doesn't matter how big of a person that you get in this business, because, you know, there's always going to be the downside of the business, and when it's you guys that are going to be standing there, you know, through tough times, or other guys that we have to pick up through tough times, you know, that's when you find out who your true friends are.
Yep.
And if you don't be humble, and if you're not accepting, and you're not on the good side of everybody, then this business is going to eat you alive. So, I mean, I learned that in the past, to make sure that you're humble and make sure that you're respectful for everybody. So I'm glad that it's working.
Absolutely. Right. One last question.
For you.
Yeah.
I still have one.
All right, well, cool. I'll let you get yours in.
Thank you, sir.
No problem. What was it like going against Mike Mondo? Tell us a little bit about that.
It's another one of those surreal moments. You know, like you're looking across the ring, and it's somebody that you're at home kind of, you know, studying. You know, you're at home watching, admiring what they're doing on a bigger stage. The biggest stage in the world.
Yeah. Right.
And now you're looking at it across the ring, and it's like, okay, here's your test.
Right.
And I have no idea how I was able to pull it out, but I did. It wasn't that I didn't lack confidence, but it was almost like, when it's hitting you in the face, it's like, is it time to step up, or is it time to really face facts and find out that maybe this isn't for you? And because I was successful, I found out maybe this business is for me.
That's right.
So
We try to keep it real here and ask, you know, real questions, you know, whatever. So with that being said, I want to ask you with a fun question, which is...
I like fun questions.
All right. You've been in this business, you say, 7 years.
Yes.
Do you have any wild and crazy stories from traveling up and down the road? That you can tell. That you can tell.
No pressure.
Because believe me, we have plenty of stories.
I wish I would have had more time to think about this.
Well, how about this?
Okay.
Is there anything, I'm going to switch it because you weren't ready for that. So I'm
I might go back to it, but let me hear you.
Okay, all right, let's just give you a little time maybe to think about it. We have a lot of fans that are young, just breaking into business. Do you have anything to tell them guys to get them on the right path and what to do and what not to do?
The advice that I can give the young guys, and I hope that you're actually looking at me for this, because this is me being completely honest and completely sincere. If at any point that you're doing this, whether it's training or you finish training and then you're on the road or at a show, and you stop for a moment and you think to yourself, do I really want to do this? Get out. If you ever have to question it, if you ever have to think about it, then this business isn't for you. This line of work is not for you. There's never been a day that I went through this and I thought to myself that this isn't what I want to do. And I've always stuck to it. And I've always made sure that every day that I gave the best that I could. So when I'm old and I'm wrinkly, I can look back and I think this is the greatest time of my life, because it is. I've gotten to travel the world doing what I love to do. I've gotten to go overseas. I've gotten to be on the biggest stage of them all. I can't have any regrets about this business, and especially the good stories that I have.
Right.
So I have a quick story. This is more PG, so this will be better. A couple of my friends, we were all in a hotel room, and we were in North Carolina, and we wanted to pull a rib on somebody. And there was this light outside our hotel room that was really, really bright, like extremely bright. It made it look like it was like 10 a.m. outside. It looked like Jesus was standing outside my window. That's how bright this light was.
Right.
It's now 4 in the morning, and I'm like, yo. Robbie, which was one of the guys that was with us, he was like, oh, I'm going to shower first in the morning. I call it.
You pull the ribs at 4 in the morning?
I'm pulling rib at 4.
It never stops. It never stops.
So Robbie wanted to shower first. So I'm like, okay, you want to call shower first? Fine, you're going to get some. So I was like, all right, let's do this. Let's mess with all the clocks and say that it's like 11:30. We were supposed to leave by 10 a.m. So now we're an hour and a half late, and we're like, crap. Wake Robbie up, have him jump in the shower. As he showers, we just go down. So he wakes up thinking like, oh yeah, we're late, rushing. Right. So that's what we do. We mess with all the clocks. And luckily, he didn't have a phone at the time, so we didn't have to mess with his phone or anything. And we turn the lights off, we act like we're sleeping, and we wake up, and I'm like, Rob, what? Yo, I thought you set the alarm clock. I did. Man, it's 11:30. We were supposed to leave at 10 o'clock. We were supposed to wake up at 9. I don't know what happened. Maybe I said PM. Well, are you sure it's 11:30? Look at the window. The sun is out. Are you kidding me? Oh my God, yeah, it's like, it's so bright outside. Well, you said you wanted to shower first, right? Yeah, I'm gonna get up. He gets out of bed, starts stretching. Now, since he didn't have a phone, he reached for his friend's phone to look at the time, which we didn't mess with. And I'm like, thinking in my head, no, don't leave the phone, don't leave the phone. He picks up the phone, he's like, dude, it's 4:15 in the morning. And I'm like, you son of a bitch. I pick up a phone book and I threw it at my friend that didn't pick up his phone, and the brim of it like hit him in the fucking But yeah, I mean, it would have been good, but
It had a good premise to it. It just didn't go like according to plan.
But it started that way.
Yeah.
Well, we know you're a busy man and you got a lot of things to do.
You guys are busy tonight.
Hey man,
Hey.
that's what we did. That's what you did.
Yeah.
That's the business.
Love the business.
We absolutely do. We
Yeah.
love the business.
Well, thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate
Thank
it.
you for taking
Thank
time,
you for being on
man.
the show. We appreciate it, brother.
Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
So yeah,
Yes,
that's it.
first.